Mary listens benignly to what they are telling her. Then she takes off her mantle and kindly helps to finish laying the tables. I see her going to and fro, sorting out the bed seats, straightening up the wreaths of flowers, improving the appearance of the fruit dishes, making sure that the lamps are filled with oil. She smiles, speaks very little, and in a very low voice. Instead, she listens a lot, and with so much patience. A loud sound of musical instruments, not very harmonious, is heard coming from the road. They all rush out, with the exception of Mary. I see the bride come in, smartly dressed and happy, surrounded by relatives and friends. The bridegroom, who was the first to rush out and meet her, is now beside her. At this point, there is a change in the vision. Instead of the house, I see a village. I do not know whether it is Cana or a nearby village. And I see Jesus with John and another man, who I think is Judas Thaddeus, but I may be wrong. I'm sure about John. Jesus is wearing a white tunic and a dark blue mantle. When he hears the sound of the instruments, Jesus' companion questions a man about something and then tells Jesus. Then Jesus, smiling, says, "Let us go and make my mother happy." And he starts walking across the fields towards the house with his two companions. I forgot to mention that it is my impression that Mary is either a relation or a close friend of the bridegroom's relatives, because she is on familiar terms with them. When Jesus arrives, the same watchman as before informs the others. The landlord, with his son, the bridegroom, and Mary goes down to meet him and greets him respectfully. He then greets the other two, and so does the bridegroom. But what I like is the loving and respectful way in which Jesus and Mary exchange their greetings. There are no effusions, but the words, "Peace be with you," are pronounced with a look and a smile worth 100 embraces and 100 kisses. A kiss trembles on Mary's lips, but it is not given. She only lays her little white hand on Jesus' shoulder and lightly touches a curl of his long hair, the caress of a chaste lover. Jesus climbs the staircase beside his mother, followed by his disciples, the landlord, and the groom, and enters the banquet hall, where the women start bustling about, adding seats and plates for the three guests, who apparently were not expected. I would say that Jesus' coming was uncertain, and the arrival of his companions was completely unforeseen. I can distinctly hear the master's full, virile, most sweet voice say on entering the hall, "May peace be in this house, and the blessing of God on you all." A greeting of majesty addressed to all the people present. Jesus dominates everybody with his bearing and his height. He is a guest, and a casual one, but he seems to be the king of the banquet, more than the groom, more than the landlord. No matter how humble and obliging, he is the one who dominates. Jesus sits at the central table with the bride and the bridegroom, their relatives, and the most influential friends. The two disciples are also invited to sit at the same table, out of respect for Jesus. Jesus' back is turned to the wall, where the large jars and the dresser are. He therefore cannot see them. Neither can he see the steward bustling about the dishes of roast meat. which are brought in through a little door near the dresser. I notice one thing. With the exception of the mothers of the young couple and of Mary, no woman is sitting at that table. All the women, who are making a din worthy of 100 people, are sitting at the other table near the wall, and are served after the young couple and the guests of importance. Jesus is sitting near the landlord, in front of Mary, whose place is near the bride.